What's up, guys? Just got checked out of school early. We are headed out to Arizona for the 2023 Valley of the Sun stage race. Let's go!
What's up, my man?
What's up,
How come it's hectic?
How was school?
Just made it to the hotel. 6 hours later, we stopped by Rudy's barbecue, had a good dinner, and now it's like 9 o'clock. We're ready to head inside and get a good night's sleep. What are these? 30 plus mile an hour winds? 30, 40, somewhere around there.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shocker. Really getting blown. Just got back from the road race course, and man, that was way windy, and I was like, it was too dangerous to film, so I wasn't able to film.
Hopefully the wind dies down for our time trial today, and then hopefully if it's that windy tomorrow, that is gonna make for a wildly interesting race. So we can't wait. We're gonna go grab some lunch, head over to the time trial. Let's go.
Just got all ready to go get warmed up, and then we're off, and then we'll see how it goes.
Eli rolls out for the TT at like 2:45. I'm at 2:55. It's gonna be wild. It is around, what, 10 mile course, should be like 24 minutes. What are my expectations? Honestly, I don't really have any because I don't know half of the guys in this field. So it's gonna be a good test. See where my legs are at, see where everyone else is at. Yeah, we're gonna get warm, go race Voss 2023 day 1, the time trial. Let's go.
Post TT, and that was quite hard. The headwind was quite killer. So that was kind of
Headwinds, crosswinds, tailwinds.
Yeah.
Made for a great time trial.
Yeah, I think I did it. I averaged like 250 watts, and I think I did it in like 23 minutes 30 seconds or something like that. Jack, how'd you do it?
I did 296 watts, average heart rate of 194 beats per minute for around 23 minutes. So it was a killer ride.
Yeah, that was quite hard, and it was just holding speed was quite hard because it was all the wind directions. But overall, it was a lot of fun, and I'm really...
We don't know how everyone else did, so the results should be posted soon. Can't wait to see where we're at in GC.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great race tomorrow. It's 6:10 in the morning, and we are getting ready for the road race, the second day here. I'm hoping it's not like 30 mile an hour winds just like yesterday, but if it's not, then it's gonna be pretty good. That's gonna be nice and not as sketchy. But if it is, oh boy, what a wild race it's gonna be. Jack, how you feeling?
We're ready to race our bikes. Whoa!
Jumping straight into this 50-mile road race, we're gonna break it down for you guys, just our thoughts and how it actually played out.
Yeah, so jumping into it, I am sitting 32 seconds behind GC. So our plan going into it was obviously to try and get into a breakaway and get those 32 seconds back. So right after the neutral zone, Eli and I immediately start attacking and counterattacking.
Yeah, it was like on this straight, we did at least like 3 or 4 attacks. And like every time it was just like 700 watts. And then people would try and like bridge the gap and close it real quick, like every junior race.
Yeah, so Eli and I are out here just racing the two of us. So we're trying to use this two-man strategy. of attack and counterattack, and you can see like immediately as one of us gets brought back, the other person just tries to shoot off the front. And so in these junior races, we like almost immediately got brought back, except for after the turn, Eli did one, and everyone was like so tired of sprinting and chasing, and they were like, just let him go, let him dangle. So then Eli actually ends up getting off the front by himself for almost 3/4 of a lap, which was pretty wild.
Yeah, and I was like, the turns were quite like sketchy. Like, there's like sand in all like 3 of them, and it's like there's one crash today, and it was just like people sliding out on the sand. But jumping out of every corner was like a good 500 watts sprint. Just like I don't know why everybody did it. It's just like just to get back up to speed.
That kid right there got pushed into the gravel a little bit. Pretty sketchy. My GoPro today did not work, so all of this race footage is from Eli's camera. And right here is the attack that he did. I was sitting on the front rolling chill, and then he attacks and everyone just lets him go off by himself. So he's up the road by himself for almost an entire lap before the group like actually gets organized to reel him back in.
Yeah, and it was like the moto pacer for our group. He was like kind of like speeding up to me and then falling back, and he really just told me like 30 to 45 seconds was my gap, and I knew that they were going chill, so I was just like I'll try and like go do some chill watts.
Were you going hard in the breakaway?
No, the only time I actually like put some power into it was going up the hill just to make sure.
Yeah, so Eli gets brought back, and then on lap 2 up the climb going into the finish, there is a bonus sprint. And so the race official told us that it was for 3 seconds for first, 2 seconds for second, and then 1 second for third. And so I told Eli, I was like, 3 seconds is not that much. Let's not waste like a ton of energy just to get 3 seconds. Let's save it for the finish, which is a 10-second bonus. And so we end up not going for this. But I tell Eli, I was like, hey, after this sprint, let's just like jam. Let's try and get a breakaway going when everyone's tired. So that was our plan for lap 2.
Yeah, but it was kind of like you can see like the field's getting chopped up just because it's the climb is quite long and it's kind of punchy. But this kid, he gets like, I think it was feed, but he misses like 3 bottles in a row. And I could see when I passed him, he was kind of frustrated with himself. But I was just like, I saw I think he had like 2 bottle and a half left. So I think he was good. But like I was saying, the field is like just strung out, chopped up, and like I'm in pretty much like the second group, and we're trying to like get back on.
Yeah, so we dropped a lot of riders up that climb. You can see Eli's heart rate was like almost 200, and so now we're jamming, trying to like get a gap and like get a group of us off the front. But Eli ends up pulling his way back onto the field on this descent. He puts some power down. We ended up dropping quite a few riders, but after the turn, we like didn't keep the pace high, and so like most of them slowly crawled their way back on.
Yeah, and it was like on that I think the first turn of the first lap. First turn or second lap. The race leader, he got a flat. So like we all thought it was some other kid like who got a flat, but it turns out it was the race leader. And then after this turn, we see him like just pull straight back up, and he had chased for like 35 miles or something.
Kudos to him for pulling his way back on all by himself. That must have been a pretty big effort.
Yeah, but like now we're kind of just chilling, and like after that, like try and get recovered for this last hill and for the finish.
Yeah, so before this last corner, I go up to Eli and I'm like, hey, how are you feeling? Because he was in that breakaway. I was like, do you have the power to lead me out? Or like, what are you thinking? He was like, oh man, I'm pretty tired. And I was like, should I just wing it? And he's like, yeah, just wing it. I don't have much. And so right here, Eli's like trying to get the group going up the climb. So he goes, the group starts to go. That kid goes off the front a little bit. everyone's chasing, and then I'm sitting in like fifth wheel going up the climb, and so we're going pretty hard up it. I'm by myself, and so what ends up happening is we like get a group of probably 10 or 15 of us or so, and then the group starts sprinting with like
a K to go. Yes.
Yeah, probably a K to go, like a long ways out, but like it's not full gas sprinting. But then with like 400 meters, like everyone sits up.
Yeah, and like our little group that I've pretty much formed has able to claw our way back to their group, and like we're just trying to like sit in the wheel, get a good draft, but then you guys go again, and like none of us can like hang.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm trying to stay on the right side because there's a crosswind like coming from the left, so the right side is sheltered. So then with like less than a K to go, people start sprinting, and then with like 300 meters or maybe 400 meters, like the front guys start to sit up, and I just like carry my speed and keep sprinting, putting down close to 1,000 watts, and no one was able to hang with my on my wheel, so I ended up gapping them and then just holding it for like another 150 meters all the way to the finish line and posting up. And then behind me there was an epic bike throw for second and third place between our friend Braden and the race leader. Looks like Braden ended up getting it by less than an inch. It was wild. Eli Boy ended up rolling in for 11th place on the day, and this moved me into 5th for GC, and Eli was sitting in 10th for GC.
Did you win? Did you win? Yeah!
What happened? Post race, just won the road race. Basically, it got down to like 10 of us over there after some attacks on the hill, and then they kind of they started the sprint and then let up, and I just kept going. It was probably 300 meters out. I was able to hold it to the line. Let's go.
Yeah, it was like I kind of rolled off the first lap, and then I stayed away for like a half lap, not too hard, and then I tried to recover for the rest of it, and then up this hill they're doing like 300, 350. It was just quite hard to keep up, and I saw Jack was gonna I tried to get Jack up to the front so that he could stay up there and not stay in the back, and I really got him up there, and then I was like, my work here is done, and then I just cranked to the line.
It was a weird race. It was a typical junior race, you know, attacks,
Cover.
then super chill, and then attacks, and then yeah, we got to the hill. Well, over there I was like, Eli, he had been like in a break, and I was like, do you have the legs to lead me out, or should I just like wing it? It was like, just wing it, I don't have the legs. I was like, all right. And then he tried like getting the group going at the bottom, and then
they just kept going.
Then we just kept going.
And I saw you were like fifth wheel. I was like, it's pretty far, don't get too far to the front. And then you're like fifth wheel, I was like, he might actually get it. And then I was like, he actually got it. I was so stoked.
I didn't know if I went too early, but we were able to hold it to the line. Let's go.
Nice work.
So I gotta take my time with that, but this is not about me. I wanna talk about y'all real quick. It's not gonna take a long time. First of all, I wanna give you a huge shout out on a big result. Don't take these results for granted, man. This is where it all starts. This is where the foundation is laid, where, you know, if you wanna pursue cycling as a professional sport, it's these smaller to mid-tier races that people are paying attention to. So that's why I was excited to see how things went. The only thing I was mad about, Jack, is that you didn't race to the finish line. This was a race about time. So you posted up, probably cost you a couple seconds. Don't let that bite you in the butt tomorrow. You got to remember, this is a time stage race. Every second counts. So lesson learned there. But dudes, good job. I'm super proud of y'all. I know it's your first road race on the new bikes that was gifted to you by Legion. You did it proud. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to see what happens tomorrow. You two will be marked men. And well, I like to always say, start the race slow so you can finish fast and ride within yourself. So hopefully we can follow up and keep everyone posted on Bros Ride Bikes Instagram, so we know how the weekend finish out and how you
Crazy
finish tomorrow
stories from when you were a junior
stage.
at Valley of the Sun.
Ironically, Austin Carroll just posted a photo of us sweeping the podium on the last day. We took first, second, third. I was first. Austin was second. Actually, yeah, we did get third. I forget who was third, but we were just brand new team in 2008. Our cycling kits were heat pressed. We didn't have like sublimated clothes yet, and we put some guys in the top 5 GC, and then we swept the podium on the last day. That's always fun winning. So it really sets you up when you win early in the season, like now, January, February. Actually, we didn't race in January then, but February, it gives you confidence for the rest of the season. So I know you guys have been putting in the hard work starting, last year with Eldo and then all the other events. And now, all the endurance stuff you've done over the past. And now you're racing in the pro race. I'll tell you this, at 13 years old, I was not racing in a pro race. I was barely a Cat 3. So just keep your head tight, focused, and yeah, this is just the beginning.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night, Eli.
This is stage 3 of Voss, and today is the crit. We raced in like 5 minutes. The previous race before us is just finishing up. Last time to go.
We're live. Valley of the Sun 15-16. Let's go.
Last day of Voss, jumping straight into the crit. Our crit was at like 8:20 in the morning, so quite cold out, and it was like full gas all this race. And it was like Jack, we were trying to get Jack, and it was like 15-30 seconds, something like that. But we really needed a break to stick so Jack could get that top GC, but in the end nothing really worked out.
Yeah, so we made a lot of mistakes this race. So let's jump in and see what we did wrong and what we can do better next time. Alrighty, so like Eli said, the goal was to get into a break. So we're on lap 1 right here, and I'm already going to the front to start to drill it. I really wanted to get into a break to make something happen, and we were pushing hard to try and get something to work. But in the end, everyone just like kept jumping on our wheels. We could not get any separation really. I got a little bit actually in like 2 corners, but then everyone like just jumped across and I was by myself. So like you can see right here, just the efficiency of being at the front is so much better because you can take the line you want at the speed you want, and you can see I already gapped this rider in the blue kit. And so then I'm off the front by myself. Eli's doing a great teamwork by not pulling through, but then immediately some riders from the back go and shoot across. So we kept trying to get into a breakaway, but nothing really stuck.
Yeah, and it was kind of like yesterday, 2-man tactics. Jack would go off and then I'd try. But I don't know, when did that little break go that ended up kind of winning it?
We didn't even get it on camera. But so basically the race leader and his teammate ended up getting a gap on the field, which was just crazy. And I don't know, like where I was, I did not see it go. And then we just couldn't pull him back.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, oh, like the whole field's together. I was like, we're okay. But then 5 laps to go, I figured out there's like a breakaway. And I was like, I never even saw him get off the front. I never saw him. I think it was because the motor car was behind them, but in front of us. So it was I don't know.
Yeah. So Eli's going on a little attack right here with Gregory on his wheel, and then out of this corner, Eli flicks Gregory through, and then Eli, why didn't you hop on his wheel?
Because I didn't like. I told you like I didn't know there was a breakaway, and the breakaway's already gone. Like right now, are they gone? I think they're gone. Like I think they're already up there. I don't know, but like I just didn't really want to use energy, really waste it on trying to do a breakaway.
Yeah, so anytime the field would like kind of surge like this and there would be a lull, I would always like try to attack and get up the road to try and bridge. But as if you look in the rear cam, people are always following. And so like I always had someone on my wheel, which was not super motivating to keep pulling. And then I would flick people through and no one would come with me. But you can see like in the rear cam, if you take a good line, you can really gap some people.
Yeah, and it's like you already got like Gregory still up there. Like Jack, you're pulling him back, but like I didn't really want to like stay up there with him and really put a lot of watts into it. But like yeah, like I was saying, I didn't know there was a breakaway, so like I would have gone with him if I knew there was a breakaway. But like I didn't, like nobody saw it go.
Yeah, so definitely biggest mistake of the whole entire race was letting two people of the same team, one of them being the race leader, get up the road. That should have never happened, and I don't know how it did.
Yeah, but it's like right here I was like it was kind of slow. I think we only averaged like 26. But I was like, we got to ramp this up.
Eli's just casually doing 500-watt pulls on the front.
Yeah, and like Jack was saying, you get to take choice lines. And like when you're on the front, you should always take like good lines. So I was like, let's take a wide corner to corner. Like so like everybody can pedal through, still stay safe, and keep it single file. Because single files is like, even though it'll hurt, it's definitely the safest. So it was like, I pull through. But like Harry, now I think I realize they're up the road right now, and like Harry's not here. He wasn't really pulling through. He like me and you were trying to really get him to like work.
Yeah, so there were like certain points where we pulled them into like really close. I think I took a hard pull after this kid pulled, and then we were like probably like they only had 9 seconds, and someone could have easily attacked across. But then whoever was behind me just sat up, and then they like immediately widened their gap greatly. So like, yeah, that was just a huge bummer. People not wanting to pull through.
Yeah, and it was like people not really either wanting to take like choice lines. So it's like they're going pretty slow through the corners as well. And then like right here, Jack, you're doing your quite a hard pull. And like we've like realized now that there's the breakaway, and like we want to like get up there, but like nobody's helping. So it's like it's really just me and you like trying to like take a lot of watts and really bring them back, but like nothing's really working.
Yeah, so you can see they're like literally right there, and I'm digging deep. I'm trying to do a hard pull to get close, and we got kind of close, probably close enough to where someone could have attacked across, but no one did. And then we ended up like sitting up, and then their gap grew from like 9 seconds all the way to 30 seconds. And so then the race got really interesting when a crash happened involving 3 riders, and that footage should be showing up soon. But so basically, what happened?
It was like so we got like coming into this turn. It was like people were going pretty slow, quite bunched up. So it was like a 3 like person turn, like 3 people across, and like people just got too close to the wheel in front of them, and like just swiped wheels and out. Then
if you look in the rear cam, that's the first crash that happens. He goes down. And
everybody just looks back.
And then more people crash, and then it was just kind of like dominoes from there. But so then after people hear the crash, it's a full gas sprint. I think I hit 1,000 watts after that. So that's not what you're going to want to be doing. But yeah, you can see it's a huge bummer that those guys went down. But we're still racing. And then every single time we go around there now, Zach, one of the Velosport kids, was not getting up. He was really injured. So every time we went around, we had to avoid him. And the first time we went around, people thought we were stopping. So like people are unclipping right here and like stopping, and then the breakaway is just gaining more and more time. And then so after like a few laps of this, they end up neutralizing the race and bringing us to a complete stop at the start finish straight.
Yeah, and then they just hold us there for like 20 minutes because the ambulance was on the course or whatever, and like it was just like it was quite too dangerous to keep riding over in that area of the course. So they stopped us for like 20 minutes, and like our legs were cooling down, and like at that point we had caught the race leaders, but like they were just gonna give them like another 30 to 40 second gap. But like so like the race was pretty much like at this point everybody knew that there was a breakaway, and like people now were wanting to pull, but it's like 5 laps left.
Yes, so they restarted us with 5 laps left, one of them being a quote-unquote neutral lap. So the breakaway riders did a neutral lap, but once they released our field 30 seconds later, we did not go neutral. Like right from the start, someone went to the front and just started hammering. So we tried bringing him back, but 30 seconds and 5 laps was not really possible. So they ended up staying away. Those 2 birds teammates got first and second, and they were also first and second in GC. So congrats to them. They did amazing teamwork this whole weekend and took first and second in the crit. But now we're fighting for 3rd place, sprinting it out behind.
Yeah, but like still like we sat there for a good while just waiting for, but instead they just like cut off half the course. So like when the place where they added on was quite sketchy. Like it was like cobblestone. Like it took some like bike handling. Like I think my tire slipped once, like my back wheel. But it was like Jack was saying, like we're already going 28 miles an hour. Like we ain't going neutral for this first lap. And like I bet the front dudes in the breakaway are going like 15 because they said like 15 was the neutral speed, but like we're already going like 26. But like this guy in the front, he doesn't care. He just wants to pull him back.
All right, we're sprinting it out for 3rd place from the field behind now. I am currently in a breakaway of 4 up the road. Eli is bridging up to us with the field chasing hard behind. And so our plan now is, I think I was going to lead Eli out. So you can see once he makes it up to us after this corner, I like give him a thumbs up. I'm like, you good? Get on my wheel. Like, let's get synced. And so Eli's on my wheel now, and I'm planning on leading him out.
Yeah, but like on that corner back there, I should have just like blown past him with all the speed I had. But I heard Jack, so I just decided to hop on his wheel.
So right here, I'm trying to get other people to go in front of me to sprint so I can sit in second, and Harry goes. And then he takes a kind of weird line around that corner, almost like chop my front wheel. And so then it kind of like messed me up. Eli ends up getting in front of me now. And so now Eli's just going to sprint on his own. I'm on his wheel, and he starts to go right here. And then Harry moves outward. He's protecting his outside. That's racing. Eli got a little bit sketched out and didn't commit. And then Eli kind of started giving up a little bit right here. I was yelling at him some motivation to get back out and sprint out of this corner. And so then we sprint in for 5th and 6th.
Awesome time out here at Valley of the Sun. These past 3 days have just been a really epic time,
and talking with her son Buddy was just a really great experience. Can't wait to come out here next year.
Yeah, it was really cool racing with all the juniors. It was a really cool field this year. We had like 28 riders, came away with a win, 2 podiums. It was an awesome time.
As always,
You know it.
Bros Ride Bikes.